जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांगो गंधर्विका गिरिधारी जीव की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांगो श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्त्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांगो श्री श्री राधा नयननाथ जीव की जय। जय श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ देव की जय। जय नित्यलीला पृष्ठों विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्र शिला भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला पृष्ठों विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्र शिला भक्ति दयिता माधव गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला पृष्ठों विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्र शिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। जय परमहंसा शिला गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय शिला सच्चिदानंदा भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिला जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय श्री रूपानुग गुरुवर की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गो गोवर्धन वृंदावन श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंदात्मक श्री ब्रज मंदिर की जय। जय श्री नवदीप धाम की जय। जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम धाम की जय। जय श्री बलदेव सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ श्री सुदर्शन चक्र जीव की जय। जय श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव की जय। जय श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय समागत भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर परमानंदे हरि बोल। वंदे हम श्री गुरो श्री जुता पादकमला श्री गुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्री रूपं सग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितंश्च श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol 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 Hari Bol. On Friday, we are observing the appearance day of our Gurudev, Nittarila Prishtam Vishnupat Paramahamsa Statarasa Srila Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Gosai Maharaj. Each day I try to remember him and say something about him. Yesterday I told today I will say some my own experiences, but before that, yesterday after our meeting, I remembered another one Lila I want to share with you. Our mat during the time of Parangurudev, in the beginning there was Brajamandal Parikrama every year, Navadip Parikrama also. But then gradually it became difficult to organize because so many devotees were coming. So our Parangurudev organized Brajamandal Parikrama every 3 years. But it means all places, not only few places, no, full 84 Krosha Parikrama, all places were visited. So then after this appearance of our Parangurudev, our Gurudev also used to lead Brajamandal Parikramas. So we were staying in some camps, in like Mathura camp, Govardhan camp, then Barshana Nandagram, Koshi, Gokul Mahavan, and Vrindavan at the end. So there are some dharamshalas rented, or sometimes in tents, sometimes like different kind of arrangements. So one year in Koshi, that time I was not present. That was before I joined. in Brajamandal Parikrama, I don't know which year, maybe 96 or 93 or something. Parikrama came to the camp of Koshi. That is, from Nandagram you go to Javat, and from Javat you go to Koshi. Then there are some places to be visited there. So that year there were only few rooms available, and for the rest of devotees there was one very big hall, and there mattresses like this. So Gurudev was in his room. Then suddenly he heard some shouting going on outside, and he saw some devotees there shouting there. Then he asked our Vishnu Maharaj, what is happening? Then he told that some Bengali devotees, they are disturbed why they have to stay in the hall. They are complaining, they are saying that we also paid full fee for Brajamandal Parikrama. There is some fee you have to pay before for travel expenses, like with buses, for rooms renting, for prasad, everything. There is some fee. We also paid full. Then they were complaining, some two families. Then Gurudev told to his sevak, you bring my luggage to that veranda, means outside. Veranda, I don't know if you can understand this word. In front there, outside. Then sevak did not know what is going on. He took luggage of Gurudev there outside. Then Gurudev went there and he asked them, what happened? Why you are speaking loudly, I heard. Then they said, because we also paid full fee, but why we are not getting the rooms? Some others are getting rooms, but we have to be in hall. Then we said, oh, no problem. There is one room there free. You see there, that room? You can take that room. Then they were happy and they went to that room. Means that was Gurudev's room. He did not say, my room I am giving you. He said, no, you see there is one room still free, so you can take that room. Then they went and they were happy, and our Gurudev stayed for 2-3 days, or how much it was there in Koshi. He stayed there outside the veranda. See what kind of behavior. And it is now related to my personal experience also. In Bathinda in 2004, you know, our Kartik Brata is very intense program. Many sittings during the day and 8 times Ashtakaliya Kirtan, Shikastaka, everything. So Gurudev, in the morning, he used to come. That is before Mangalarati. There is one program. So on the stage with all different sannyasis also, and we others, we were sitting down there. Many devotees that time. Then there was one devotee who used to fan means not fan, but remove flies from there with some like fan. So somehow it happened that day, that devotee did not show up. Then devotees, they requested me if I can do this seva. Then I went up to the stage and I sat very near Gurudev, and if I saw some fly, then I would remove. And that time I saw Gurudev, he was sitting on stage in the center and like this, Acharya. But how Gurudev was speaking and reading that scripture, I was sitting next to him. I felt he has no any this ego. I am Guru, I am sitting up, I am Acharya. He was doing so sincerely everything like a practitioner. Like, it is for my practice. Really sincerely, that time, by the grace of Gurudev, I got that glimpse to see that really he was sincerely doing as a practitioner, no false ego. Then I was doing, then one time I saw there were one fly was one place and another fly was another place. Two flies, same time but little distance. So I thought I will remove both at the same time, and I little with some like more force I did. Then Gurudev noticed and he looked at me like little, like not fully satisfied, I think. Little surprised, not fully satisfied. Then almost immediately after that, that devotee who used to do this regularly already appeared. So they told me now he will do, and okay. Then that evening, there is a regular darshan of our Gurudev in the room. So there, and then I sat also there, and there was some discussion. Then some maybe foreign devotees, they were also telling, no, there was something was going on, and some flies were flying there. And someone said maybe that that there are some flies here. Then Gurudev smiled and said, they are also devotees. And then he looked at me. He looked at me, and by his look I understood that I should not be harsh. Gently you should remove them. They are also devotees. You should not be harsh with them. Then how I can have such vision? Gurudev has such vision. They are also devotees. Because every jiva in original Swarup is coming from Vishnu, is natural devotee by nature, because Vishnu or Krishna is all attractive and all others are attracted by him. If there is some rust there, then nature is not manifested, but that nature is existing. So Gurudev showed me that if one loves Supreme Lord, he has connection with everyone. He sees. And also one time in Kolkata, our Gurudev wrote Kartik handbook, and there was one, his original translation, then someone edited and there was something else and something was missing and little different. Then I asked Gurudev, now we will publish new version because old print was lost. So there are two now versions here. So which one I should use? Then Gurudev said, both are okay, because anyway, this cannot be understood by worldly people. That cannot be understood. What is this meaning? Trinadapi, Sunichana, Tarorapi, Sahisnuna, these things. Gurudev said, Rupa Goswami told, Tata Shri Krishna Namadin Avoid Grajamindra. No, with external material senses, mind, intelligence, these non-eternal senses, you cannot comprehend eternal Krishna. And how Krishna Nam appears and to whom? Only to one who has service attitude, that name will appear. And like this, everything explaining. Then he said, you should add this also to the book, this point of Rupa Goswami, you should add. Then he said, if someone has connection with Krishna, he has connection with all living entities. He cannot hurt anyone. And he is merciful to everyone. Then he gave example of one that Scorpio was drowning. And one sadhu was trying to rescue him from drowning from water, and he took him, and that Scorpio bit him. And due to that bit, sadhu could not hold him and fell down again into that water. And again, the drowning again sadhu is bringing, and like this, again and again. Then one man there said, well, you leave him to die. You see he's biting you. You leave him, let him die. Then that sadhu said, what I can do? I cannot give up my nature, he cannot give up his nature. His nature is to bite. What to do? And I cannot give up my nature. I want to help him. So that is what I'm doing. I cannot give up my nature. Yes, he may be biting, but I have to. Like tarora pisa hisnuna. You can cut tree. You don't give water to him. He will never protest, but will give all his wealth to one who is taking, like shade, fruits, wood, everything. So what worldly person can understand what is the character of a Vaishnava? Pure Vaishnava. Someone may want to kill him, like Durvasa want to kill Ambarish Maharaj. But Ambarish Maharaj is praying for him, for his welfare, and giving all his fruits, everything to him. They're trying to kill Haridas Thakur, he's praying for them. Jesus also, they're killing, he's praying for them. How this is possible? Who can understand such character? So then Gurudev smiled. He said, can we do like this? Then you understood that Gurudev can do, but we cannot do. So that is totally different platform. If we conditioned souls, we are unable to see what they are seeing. Like I will tell you, when I came to India first time, and then my mother sent one letter for our Gurudev, and I had to bring that letter to Gurudev. So one devotee picked me up from airport, whom Gurudev sent to pick me up. So while we were going, then that devotee asked me, you ever met him? I said, no. Then he said, he's very good and also world famous. Now he's preaching everywhere. Then when he spoke that about Gurudev, then I felt in my heart that who am I? I am not this mind and body, that I am soul, and that I belong to him, to Gurudev. I felt in my heart. And I felt that is already existing by nature. Only I was not aware. It is not produced. My real self is not produced or taught or something. No, that was already existing. But I was not attentive, covered. And I felt myself that I belong to him. Though I never saw him before, but that time I got some vision, like very shining, and I belong to him. That was clear. And I had only one question, means eagerness to know how I can serve him, how I can serve him, how I can serve him. And that time also all my bodily problems and all this were in background. Because that time I asked that, can we stop somewhere for bathroom? He said, no, here is no good arrangement, you wait. So somehow I could tolerate, because that was all the time going on in my heart, and crying that I belong to him, how I can serve him, how I can serve him. Then when we came to Mayapur, then the devotee told me, okay, so now we will meet Gurudev, and I told him, okay, now we are here, so this is the letter from my mother, so you give it to him. Then he said, no, you have to give it. Then I said, no, I am shy, I don't know how to behave, I am first time, I don't know, no, better you give, I don't know anything. Then he said, you don't worry, you will give it, you come with me and you just do what I'm doing. So then we came in front of Gurudev's room in Mayapur, and that door opened, and I saw Gurudev sitting on the ground on asan, and I saw such beauty. I never saw anything in my whole existence so beautiful. It was not of this world beauty, it was something different. And shining like you see in churches, those saints, they're having that thing that I saw practically, not painting, practically, that shining like a sun and very beautiful. And I was fully attracted. Then I saw that devotee, he was giving Dandavat Pranam on the ground lying. Then I remembered, oh, I also have to do. Then I did Dandavat. Then Gurudev set me in front of him, and first he asked, how was your travel? Because he knew everything, what is going on in my mind. Then I said in a little bad mood, complaining mood, it was very long, already 3 days I'm traveling. Because from Ljubljana I had to go to Vienna by car. That was that time minimum 4.5 hours. Then one flight to Amman, Jordan, then to Kolkata, but flight could not land in Kolkata because of bad weather. We went to Thailand, Bangkok, there waiting, then again back, and again from airport to Mayapur. That time road was not like now. That time 5 hours you need with car. Because narrow road and everyone is on the road. Bicycle, cow, dog, everyone. So it like this. So I told you very bad. Already 3 days I'm traveling. Then Gurudev, 3 days? Then I felt, oh, he's asking. Then I felt, oh, I should not like exaggerate. Then I said, not 3 days, but very long time. Then he said, everything depends on the will of Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Then when he said this sentence, then I felt, first time in my existence, that he knows Krishna personally. Directly it was, I felt. No doubt. I felt he knows Krishna personally. I was surprised. Before I heard about Krishna so many times. I also chanted Harinam, went to temple, everything. But that time it was different. I felt he knows Krishna personally. And another thing happened. All that my trouble in mind and what I was tired and bad mood and like this, everything vanished in 1 second, in 1 moment, vanished, and I felt some bliss coming from within me, and I was fully happy, peaceful. And then I gave that letter, and Gurudev was reading with torch, and he did not say what is written, only he was nodding like this, nodding. Then I don't know what was, maybe some more conversation. Then he said, okay, now you take rest. And he gave me some very small, those Indian, that time, apples, like in hand. 1, 2, 3. Then he said, 3 is not good. Then he gave me 1 more. Because in India, to give 3 items of food, that is inauspicious. Like 3 rasgullas or something, you should not give 3. You can give 1, 2, 4, but not 3. Even, they say, even to enemy you should not give 3. 3 items. Though in Western culture you will see, mostly they will give 3 items of one thing. But in India it is not. So that was one teaching. Then I saw Gurudev walking here and there in our mat, like from Samadhi to temple like this. And I did not know. I was fully attracted then, but I did not know. I called my mother. I am not his disciple, but am I allowed to give him Dandavat like all others are doing when they see him? Then she said, yes, you can do. Then I was very happy that I could do Dandavat, then I was doing Dandavat whenever I saw Gurudev. But I knew I should not block his way if he's walking. Then one devotee was there from Ukraine, my god brother. He was also Western. He told me that there will be parikrama, so you can go with us. You can take rickshaw because you are not habituated to walk here and barefoot like this. It will be more easy, so you can. So I was on rickshaw and I saw Gurudev singing. And again, it was something different. Really, he was singing for Krishna and dancing for Krishna. And I was fully attracted, but I was very shy to join also. When I was on rickshaw, that bicycle rickshaw that time. Then, now they have electric. That time bicycle. Then, but when we came, it was the third day of parikrama to Nrishingapali, Nrishinga temple. That time our Gurudev was singing Nrishinga Kirtan very loudly and dancing. That time also something happened in my heart. That block of shyness was removed because Nrishinga Dev is the remover of obstacles of devotion. That was removed. Then also I joined. I lifted hands and dancing and Haribol, Haribol. That time it happened. Then, by the grace of Gurudev, then also because we were only few Western, so other Indian devotees, they were outside for prasad in one field, and Gurudev and sannyasis, they were inside one house there. And we were only few, so they told we should also go there inside. So sannyasis were sitting and Gurudev, and I'm in this side. I was watching Gurudev, he was sitting not just in front of me, little right. I still remember. Then prasad. Then I saw how Gurudev is taking prasad. That also it was something different. It was not like eating out of desire or out of hunger or something like we eat. It was not like that. I cannot explain, but that time I saw that it was not same and it was looking very attractive. Really, I saw how he's honoring Krishna's prasad. It was not eating like we conditioned souls were eating out of desire or hunger. We are eating, but he was not eating. That was not eating. That was honoring prasad, Krishna's prasad. So I was fully attracted observing Gurudev. Then some days passed. Then that Ukrainian devotee, he asked me, you want to take initiation now? Because now during Gaur Purnima, Gurudev is giving initiation. Gaur Purnima means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day. So I did not know what is this initiation. I only knew what is Reiki initiation. And I felt some good feeling that time. So I thought like this, but that was not main reason. When he asked me, you want to take initiation from Gurudev, then without any thinking, I just said yes. Why? Because it was related to him. Though I did not clearly know what is this that time. Then we went to Gurudev and he said, can he take initiation? Then Gurudev said, yes, but he has to ask his mother for permission before. Then I called my mother, land phone that time. It was also difficult to reach and it was expensive and everything. Then she said, yes, you can take. Then they told me you have to cut nails, shave head, all this dhoti, everything they did, tilak. Then I was sitting, I was the only one that time, Western devotee. So Gurudev took me in front, first row, just near him. And he spoke in Bengali for other devotees and for me, only for me in English. Explaining everything about Krishna and this how to do tilak, how to do achaman, why to wear tulsi, everything he was explaining. Then he said, now I will say this Maha Mantra, and he said, you have to repeat after me. Then he said 3 times I will say, and you have to repeat. So then when Gurudev was saying Maha Mantra, again it was different. That time I felt this sound is something superior to me, to my real self. It is superior. I directly felt that is not ordinary sound. It is transcendental sound, God, that I felt that this is not ordinary sound. I cannot explain, but I felt that this sound is superior than me, my soul. So then Gurudev told me that he gave me one magazine in English after, and Japamala, everything. Then, and he gave teaching, but now I cannot say everything that in personal I can say. Then he said, now you give Dandavat to all Vaishnavas. And after that, I felt that now I am in. Now I am in. I don't know how to say in that world, or that lila, or that society, or something, but not like worldly society, but that now I am in this group of service of Krishna. I felt, and I went to hear Harikatha there very freely, and I felt now like I am at home. And I did not understand what Gurudev was speaking, because in Hindi and Bengali that time I could not understand, but I was hearing and I was drinking that Harikatha directly to the soul. Then because of my previous plan, I went to Puri. Then Gurudev wrote me one letter to Puri. He said, I have that letter handwritten, that I came to know you are in Puri. There is some more strict thing in the temple, so this you have to be careful. And if you don't feel comfortable, then you can go back to Slovenia. Then 2 devotees there, senior devotees, one was Parangurudev disciple, one our god brother, but they were senior. Now one already left the body, one is here, sannyasi. They told me that now Gurudev will have Vyasa Puja in Chandigarh. So if you want, we are going there. If you want, you can go with us. Though that was not my plan. I was thinking I will stay in Puri for 6 months. But I said, yes, I will go. Then immediately, then we went with train, first Delhi, then Chandigarh. Then I saw Gurudev, I give full Dandavat. Then again I was observing, and always I was hearing Gurudev speaking Harikatha. There were some other Western devotees, but no one came. There are some other disciples of Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj and others, they were somewhere there. Because Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj told that he should be their Shiksha Guru. To all, in general, he told, also to Budayan Maharaj and to everyone, that your Shiksha Guru is Srila Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Gosai Maharaj. So many, they were, not so many, but some were following our Gurudev, his disciples. So they told me, why you are going down to hear Harikatha? You don't understand anything. He's speaking Hindi. Then I was surprised. Why not? Why not? I will hear. I was very happy hearing his Harikatha, though I did not understand, but I was drinking that nectar. I felt this is nectar, this is food for me. transcendental. And Gurudev noticed. Then Gurudev had Punjab tour in different places. So Gurudev told me, now I will go to Punjab this tour, but there is not so good arrangement for stay, because it's a big party with Gurudev going, so they're having some house or something. And so Gurudev knew I'm not like Indian type. At that time also there was not so much comfort that you can sleep anywhere, and so many, and bathroom and all this. So Gurudev told me, I'm going, but you should stay here in this mat, in Chandigarh mat. And when devotees, because there is no good place for staying, then when devotees from this Chandigarh mat will go on those days where there will be Nagar Sankirtan, that time you can come with them. So I did. I was in Chandigarh mat. I was having my own room and chanting in room. Then there was one Gurudev's god brother, Nishkinchan Maharaj, very good devotee. Gurudev also wrote his name for next Acharya, that they can select him also as next. Very simple-hearted, but pure devotee. Nishkinchan Maharaj. Very simple. I cannot explain. No ego, no false ego. Very simple-hearted. So he little took notice of me, and he knew English, so he sometimes explaining something. Then once he told me, what you are doing there alone in the room? I said, I'm chanting and I'm reading. Then he said, no, this is not good. You have to associate with devotees. And also you tell me, what is you say you are reading, you tell me which are the 10 offenses to the holy name. You tell me. Then I started that we should not criticize devotees. Then I was thinking and telling like how much I could remember. Then he said, you read, tomorrow I will ask you again. Then I was reading very carefully, very seriously about 10 offenses, and I remembered all 10 offenses. I was ready, but he did not ask me next day. But he achieved his purpose, what he wanted. I think he already knew that I will now know. He wanted that I should know this. It is important, because Harinam is the process, but should be done without offenses. If you don't know what are offenses, how you will avoid them? Then with Nishkinchan, then with bus, we went to Ropar, Punjab, that place where the Nagar Sankirtan will be there. There Gurudev was speaking Harikatha after Nagar Sankirtan, and I was only Westerner there. And I was sitting on the bus with Nishkinchan Maharaj. He spoke many things to me. I am eternally grateful to him about Gita and everything. Then Gurudev noticed me there. Really, I was hearing attentively. I did not understand, but I was hearing. I felt very good. Even Gurudev doing prayers, I felt very good. I always want to hear this. And every time Gurudev same prayers, but every time it was new experience. Then Gurudev noticed, and he told to other there who were in class. He said, you see, he's from Europe. He does not understand this language, but still he's hearing very attentively. But you know this language, but you are not hearing attentively. Why? Because his soul is awakened. He is taking. Gurudev explained everything. What I was feeling, Gurudev said in that class. Because that is not about language. It is about that transcendental sound, vibration, which is not different from Krishna, and that is very pleasing to the soul. So then, like this, I was traveling in Punjab with Nishkinchan Maharaj and Gurudev. Then Gurudev said I should go to Slovenia because there will be program there. My mother will organize, so you should help her. So Gurudev came in Slovenia and I was driving him with car some places, and something mystical also one time happened. I don't want to say, but it is very mystical, only by the grace of Gurudev. Then also when he saw my father first time, first he asked him when you will go to India, though my father fully not interested in this, even again sometimes. But our Gurudev already saw in future what will happen. He said, when you will go to India, and he showed to me, you see your son, he went to India and he saw many places there. When will you go? That time no one would imagine that this is possible for my father. But after 3 years, my father went to India, Ratha Yatra Puri. It was beyond imagination of anyone who knew my father. But Gurudev saw everything. And so many I recorded that time in that Slovenia, and many mystical things also happened. How he came during night time and how the room was vacated and everything. Then one devotee was asking Gurudev that Gayatri mantra should not be chanted aloud because it is prohibited. Gurudev already before told that no one should hear. Then that devotee said, but what if I am alone in the room? That time I can chant loudly? Then Guru said, no, because there are many demigods there going here and there. And that time we could feel Gurudev knows what he's speaking, not theoretical. Whatever Gurudev was speaking, that was no any theoretical book knowledge or imagination, and no. What he spoke was that pure transcendental reality, what he was directly seeing and living constantly in there, only he spoke that. And that everyone could feel that this is not ordinary, it is beyond. That is why also, when Gurudev told me everything depends on the will of Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, that first meeting, because Gurudev is living in that reality, that everything is happening by the will of Krishna and he is all good. That time I felt that Gurudev wanted to pacify me, you should not be disturbed, because it is for our good. It is for our good. So that one drop of that realization came from Gurudev to me and removed all problem. Then you will see definition of Guru by Mahadev, Shiva, to Parvati. He said, Devi, you will find many so-called gurus in this world who will want to snatch money from their disciples. But rarely you will find, Devi, a Sadguru, real Guru, who will take away suffering from disciple. Very rare. Mostly they will want to take money. But one who will take suffering is very rare, by prescribing devotion. So that in my first meeting, I felt Gurudev knows everything. He is realized soul. He knows Krishna. And he removed all my suffering in moment. And this was my experience every time. All the time, I was thinking how this is possible. It cannot be better than this. Then next happening, I felt I was positively surprised how it can be so good. It cannot be better than this. But again, like this, unending. Why? Because Gurudev, like Supreme Lord, they are transcendental. They are not limited. They are unlimited. You can never finish them. And always there is new taste. New taste. Like with Krishna, also with his personal associates. New taste, and their quality is always increasing. And my position also is always as a particle, as his servant there. No one can say, now I know Gurudev fully. I catch him in my brain. I know everything. No. It's unlimited. By Gurudev's grace, we can understand this. Even one time I imagined I have to go to Gurudev because he has that topmost level of devotion, so I need inspiration for devotion. But when I came to Gurudev, then I got that realization that my conception of what is like topmost level of devotion is totally imaginary. His devotion is always increasing. It is not that there is some like top level and then there is nothing further after that. No, that is always increasing. It has got no end. That is not ordinary personality. Gurudev is personal associate of Krishna, not different from him, transcendental, and no one can recognize him without his grace. If he reveals, if he graces, then you can know that this is not ordinary. Otherwise you cannot understand. And what he's speaking when he's replying or when that is something different coming. So there are so many, by the grace of Gurudev, he took me to many places, and always he used to tell me, you come to India, and whenever I came, he wanted me I should travel with him or stay with him. So by his grace, I got some association and some harikatha I could hear, and some replies I could get, and that was all extraordinary, different thing. Like one time I asked Gurudev, that is true, if someone gets sadhana siddhi, means perfection, he will do sadhana, then he becomes perfected in sadhana, then there is no more fear. Then Gurudev, without replying, he with hands, he was seeing around. No, there is no fear. But that time you could feel that he's not speaking. Again, this is all the time same thing I'm telling. It is different. It is reality coming to you. And everyone was experiencing this. And how Gurudev knows what is in your heart. And even when he was replying question, it seemed like he's replying something different what you asked. But he replied so deep. It was really related to your question, but so deep that you could not connect all the dots. Only after some time you could understand and see that yes, this is really reply. But one devotee one time he asked Gurudev, why you are answering with something else? I ask you this, you are answering something else. Then Gurudev explained him all the dots, all the points gradually, how to come to that answer. Then the devotee could understand. Yes, Gurudev, you are right. You really replied my question, but I could not understand. Because that is something different thing. And one time we were going from Delhi to Chandigarh by train. So we boarded train and there was some Sankirtan with devotees accompanying. Outside, then we entered, few of us entered train. Then one lady, she approached Gurudev in train and I was standing near. Then she said, Swamiji, I am so much impressed. Such atmosphere you are creating, such atmosphere, and so shining, and these devotees they're doing it. I am so much impressed. Swamiji, how long do you sit for meditation? Then Gurudev smiled and he looked at me, because in English he was asking, but Indian. Then Gurudev said, I'm not eligible, I'm not qualified for meditation. That was possible in Satya Yuga. I'm not eligible. Now in Kali Yuga, the method is Harinam. And he spoke that verse, Harer Nam, Harinam eva kevalam, Kalo nasteva, gatiranneta. Then he said, I'm doing Harinam. Then she was fully impressed. Oh. Then she went to sit and Gurudev smiling, sitting. And then also I asked that Sevak, I want to ask something to Gurudev. Then I said, Gurudev, yesterday you spoke Harikatha and you spoke about Upadeshamrita, that verse, 9th verse. And also something in Chaitanya Charitamrita I read. Because sometimes Gurudev would ask me what I said or what is the meaning of this. He wanted me to know things. Then, that time I asked Gurudev this, how I can harmonize this. Then Guru said, yes, I spoke that verse, but I did not explain yet that verse. Then Gurudev started explaining to me that verse about the karmis are more there to Krishna than just normal sense enjoyers. Karmis, those who are following karma according to Vedic prescription, more there. Then more there are jnanis, because they don't have any worldly desires. Then more there are those who gave up jnana and accepted devotion. Then he spoke about 4 Kumaras. Then more there are like Narad, Premik Bhaktas, and like these different devotees and devotions Gurudev explained to me. And then slowly Shanta Dasa like coming, then Vrindavan and Gopis, then he came to Radharani. Then he said, this is beyond imagination. And then Gurudev stopped. Then I stood and I went to that where was my chair. His sevak was sitting there because he was waiting when I will come, that he will go again back to Gurudev. So then I sat, and then he saw me, I am something different. Then he asked me, what Gurudev spoke to you? Then I tried to say, but I could not say, because my voice was choked. My whole body was in that transcendental vibration, and it was like filled fully, and I tried, but I could not say. My voice was choked. I could not say what Gurudev told me because I could not say. But I was full of that transcendental insight and like vibration. Then later I could tell, not that time, later. Then other things also. So then one time also, when going, I think, back from Chandigarh, not this time, because few times we went. Then I had my birthday that day. Then I went to Gurudev and he was sleeping. I want to pray for blessing. And Gurudev sleeping, but very beautiful. If you see Gurudev sleeping, also in Slovenia, one time I saw him in that one apartment where he was staying, in room I saw. Then here in train sleeping, very beautiful, and even more beautiful when he woke up like a child, like a baby, very happy. I was waiting there. Then he woke up and he saw me and he was very happy. Then I told Gurudev, today is my birthday. I am praying for your blessing. And today also is Basudev Ghosh Thakur disappearance, I said. Then Gurudev was still in that somewhere else, thinking that. Then he said, I think Vasudev Ghosh maybe also he's under Rupa Manjari. That time again, like that time with Krishna, that time when Gurudev said Rupa Manjari, I felt just now Gurudev, when he was speaking, he was in that lila, serving under Rupa Manjari, because our Gurudev is under Rupa Manjari, he told us. But that time directly I felt, because he said, I think he's also under Rupa Manjari. Also means like me. So that time I felt that. That was again realized, not imagination or some reading book and tell. No. Then he said, oh, blessing, you have to pray to my Gurudev for blessing. Then I said, yes, that is okay. I will pray to your Gurudev, but you are my Gurudev, I want your blessing also. Then Gurudev smiled and said, okay, then I will pray to my Gurudev to bless you. Then I was defeated, and then I went. So only main points I'm telling. Then also one time one devotee was asking that how I should do arati, I should wave chamara to first to Krishna and then Radharani, or Radharani first and then Krishna, or both, or how? Then we said no. When in night time, when there is meeting of Radha Krishna, then Brinda Devi, she's doing together you do. Again from Gurudev, from Lila he was speaking down. That time also I felt. That was not imagination. From Lila, no, Brinda is doing, because Gurudev coming from there. So what he was speaking, that was from that realm, not what I read in book and speak. That is not same thing. Because Guru's qualities must be, he must be Shrotra and Brahmanishta, must be realized. So there may be different degrees of realization, but must be some realization of transcendental realm, because that is different thing. So if you don't have, then how you can speak, or you will be attracted to this. But like Srila Bhakti Kumud Shanta Goswami Maharaj told, by the grace of Prabhupada, Bhakti Saraswati Thakur, I can tell that Tirtha Maharaj, he is fully realized soul. That I experienced so many times. How Gurudev was speaking about Lila, even that when I was fanning, Gurudev speaking morning Lila, Shuk Sharika, that thing. That time I saw Gurudev speaking directly from Lila, what is going on. Other devotees also, they experience this. It is not that I am saying only. If you hear other devotees also, they will say. So then one time also I was in Delhi Mat, yes, and I had a list of questions. Then I said to Sevak, I have to ask. Then he said, okay, you come. Then I said first question, and Gurudev replying, long time, one question. Then 1 hour passed. Then that Sevak said, now over. Then I said, but I did not, this other question. Then he said, other time you will come. Then again I came, and second question, and in between also some other question, Gurudev automatically replied before I asked even. But then again, second question, answering, 1 hour passed. Then Sevak said, out, you go out. Then I said, but there is no, I have more question. I had, I think, 4 questions. Then he said, then we will see next time when possible. Then third time, I asked, the Gurudev replying, and in between, I suddenly started feeling so much bliss by Gurudev's grace. I'm just telling Gurudev's glories. So much bliss, I was fully satisfied. Fully satisfied, and I need not know anything, nothing. Nothing was needed to be known. that means this is what we have to get. By service of Krishna, you will get absolute bliss. There is no any other desire, nothing. And this is all you need, you want. And then I left all other questions. There no relevancy, no other questions, because everything was very clear. No need. But then again, because we fall out, we are conditioned souls. But Rupa Goswami explained in Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu that those who are at least on bhava stage, devotees or prema, then if you are near them and if you hear from them, or even if they don't speak, but by their bhajan, they can transfer their bliss. That bliss will touch us, our soul. So some Mayavadis sometimes also they can get some bhava, but that will be temporary for them, because that was only due to cause of being in association with real devotee. So like that, I also felt so many times being with Gurudev that came. His devotion touched not only me, others also. They all felt this. This is not something ordinary. So then no more question, no need to know anything or curiosity, no. Then another time also I had one question. I could not harmonize. Then Guru is speaking Harikatha in Ludhiana. That time also, by his grace, suddenly I got one taste, transcendental, and that question was automatically answered. What is the point of trying to philosophize, intellectualize like this? You have to taste that. You have to realize that. What is the use of trying to understand or know by intellect? That is what is not no relevance. Then already time. So there are so many. Maybe tomorrow I can tell more. But one more I want to tell last today. So also one time in Delhi it happened. I wanted to ask something to Gurudev. That time Gurudev already little playing pastime of sickness, so it was not so freely you can go. But in beginning, in 99 and 2000 and that, you could go to Gurudev's room anytime. I went many times. Gurudev's room always open. Not fully open, but like this, little open, so you can understand that it is open. But if Gurudev would do Sandhya or something, then he would close. Then you can know. But otherwise, anytime you can enter. I entered many times and I asked Gurudev this, and he told. But later it was restricted due to his different lila. So I said to that sevak, I want to ask something. Then he said, today not possible, we'll see later when possible. Then again I came after some days. Then again he said, not possible today, later we will see. And like this he was keep postponing me, and I felt maybe he wants to get rid of me, that I will already give up that. Then, but I repeatedly, I was coming. Then after many tries, then he said, okay, today you come. After that general darshan, whenever Gurudev giving prasad to everyone, then you come at the end, then I will close door, then you can ask. So then I waited till whole line will go. Maybe half an hour or something, many devotees. Then I waited. Then I went, and there was another one sevak standing at the door, and I told him, today I will ask one question to Gurudev. So Tamal Krishna said that he will close, but Tamal Krishna, that sevak, that time he was not there. He was somewhere. He was not there. Then that another sevak said, no, if Tamal Krishna is not here, then you cannot. Then I became angry, disturbed. Already he was postponing me so much time. And today, he said, today you can. And now he's not here and this sevak is not allowing me. Then I became angry. And then I did Dandavat to Gurudev. And Gurudev smiling. He knew everything, what was going on. But I was bad mood, angry mood. And Gurudev giving that sweet and smiling. And then there was another one, Sarup Damodar's brother, I forgot name. Then he told me something he wanted to joke something with me, and I looked very, very like this disturbed. I looked at him like now it is not the time to joke, Prabhu. I was in that mood, so I looked like. Then I went out. Then I went to my room and I did Sandhya. Only I'm telling the grace of Gurudev. No any other point. Tomorrow also I will say once what Gurudev told me, that I have to be careful. So that time, when I was doing Guru Dhyan, meditation, that time Gurudev appeared in my heart, voice, what is the use of blaming others? And I could understand what he wants to say, and I accepted, and immediately I felt some bliss inside, that transcendental. Then I went down to that kirtan before class, and when I came down, now I am telling, by the grace of Gurudev, I saw that whole temple, everything, pillar, carpet, microphone, table, altar, closets there, floor, wall, deities, everything was transcendental substance, made of transcendental, and everything was very blissful, made of bliss, and everything was very beautiful. Like we hear descriptions of Vrindavan, everything is transcendental, everything charming, a piece of sand, everything is no material thing. That time I saw this, and everything was very blissful, and from Gurudev I got that explanation at that time, all same happening same time. Not by my thinking or imagining, just it happened. That it is not that you can get my mercy only if you come to my room and I am directly replying your question. It is not, I am not that limited. It is not that grace is only can be got like this, in this like limited way. Everything is grace. Everything is grace, everywhere is grace. And that was like unlimited everywhere. And that my conception before, I have to ask Gurudev, I have to get answer, that was limited conception. But Gurudev wanted to remove that limited conception of mine and show me that his grace is everywhere. And really I saw everything was blissful, that microphone, that stand of microphone, everything was transcendental. Then later, or maybe already before Gurudev was speaking this, but that time I could not directly understand. But this time by Gurudev's grace, I could directly understand what he was saying. Once they asked Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, why you are sadhu, why you are staying in Kolkata? This is Kolikata. It is place of Koli. You should go to some dham. Why you are staying in this dirty place, Kolikata? Then Prabhupada, in surprise, he said, I'm not staying in Kolkata. Though he was like apparently he was in Kolkata. I'm not staying in Kolkata. I'm staying in Vrindavan Dham, where Radha Krishna appear, descend. There also Dham descends, Vrindavan. I'm not staying in Kolkata. I'm staying in Vrindavan. Many times our Gurudev told that Gauriya Mat is not part of this world. Like Vrindavan Dham, Navadip Dham, Puri Dham, they are not part of this world. They are not material. They are transcendental realms. They are descending. How much we realize, that is another thing. But what is reality? So Gurudev said, Prabhupada revealed that where deities appear, that is transcendental Dham. And Guru said, this Gauriya Mat is not part of this world. Gauriya Mat, that Bhagavazar, then Chaitanya Gauriya Mat, like this. Gurudev was different, but how I can know? But that time, by the grace of Gurudev, I could get that realization that this is true. This is Vrindavan, everything transcendental here. Everything in the service of Krishna, everything charming, grace is everywhere, like this. And another devotee told me, here in Delhi, our mat, I feel this, that when I go out from the mat, then the atmosphere is different. Then when I go in, it is different. And out is different, in is different. But when I'm in Vrindavan, then when I go out from temple, that is same. Same outside, same inside. Is same. But in Delhi, I feel this. When I go out is different and in is different. Because it is true. That is Dham. But because we are in Maya, I am in Maya, I cannot see. Because not devoted to Krishna, so how I can see? If I go Navadip, I am in Maya. That covering. If I go to Gauriya Mat, I am in Maya. But that day, by the grace of Gurudev, because I was so eager, and I became angry, and I accepted, yes, I should not blame anyone, because that was arranged. Later I understood that it was not the fault of Sevaka. That was Gurudev's arrangement for me to get this realization that I should not have any limited conception of grace. That is why Gurudev was smiling. And then this thing happened. And on 2nd April there is some Titi. So tomorrow I can remember some more experiences. What by the grace of Gurudev will come, it is all his causeless mercy, but it is different when Gurudev is here, personally present. Like Prabhupada's disciples also, they felt. We got all strength. We were not afraid. But after he disappeared, then that strength also went. So our Gurudev told this is true. So I directly felt this, that when I was with Gurudev, that time so many realizations and so many things happening. But after that, not. But Gurudev told that those who are sincere, if they will surrender, then they can again get. But it depends on our surrender. But when Gurudev was here, that was like from his side, free distribution, only you had to be near. And that was happening automatically. But then you can see that it was not because of you, because you had so much devotion or something. No, that was transferred. And then you are on your own, then you can see you are nothing. But Gurudev saw those who are sincere, they will surrender, and then again they can get those things. Because Gurudev is eternal, but it depends on our surrender. How we can surrender, then we can get that connection. But when he's here, that is free distribution, like Mahaprabhu. He was going everywhere, everyone accepting me. Like Prabhupada also. Everyone who heard his Harikatha accepted. You could not escape. Then Guru said, can we do this? We can say from Shastra, we read something, we can say something, but that realization is not there. Like that with our Gurudev, that full realization was there, unlimited. Then we could get such things all. But then it depends on us how much we accept the teaching of Gurudev, how much we surrender, how much we accept, then we can get realizations. So tomorrow, let us see what will happen. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Gandharvika Giridhari Ji ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Shri Radha Madan Mohan पंचतत्त्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय. जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांगो श्री राधा नयननाथ जीव की जय. जय श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय. जय श्री जगन्नाथ देव की जय. जय पतित पावन शिला गुरुदेव की जय. जय शिला परम गुरुदेव की जय. जय शिला प्रभुपाद की जय. जय श्री रूपानुग गुरुवरे की जय. जय श्री पंचतत्व प्रभु की जय. जय श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी देवी की जय. जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंहदेव की जय. जय अनंत कुति वैष्णव वृंद की जय. जय समागत भक्त वृंद की जय. जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल. थैंक यू. दंडवत प्रणाम. हरि बोल.